What used to be those high value sales activities that we did are becoming less and less relevant to customers.
Welcome back. I'm delighted again to have Cian McLaughlin with us.
Hi John, nice to be here.
G'day, Cian. If you remember, Cian's the guru on win-loss analysis in sales, and hey, he's a man that probably knows more about why customers and how customers make decisions. So I'm really great to have you back.
Likewise, it's great to be here, John.
Look, Cian, I wanted to start, since it's the beginning of 2017, by asking you for your predictions for the year, because I think if you share that with our audience, I think they'll get some insight that maybe will help them be successful.
Well, look, I don't think it's going to fundamentally change the world of B2B sales, but I am starting to see certain trends emerging or maybe gathering steam this year. I think we all know a lot about automation and the fact that more and more of the sort of tasks that have been traditionally done by salespeople are starting to be automated in some capacity or other.
And a lot of artificial intelligence starting to come to the table.
It is. In fact, there's someone I know quite well, a chap called Matt Michaelwitz, who has a business called Complexica, and that is very much focused on either replacing some of the lower end tasks that salespeople are doing, or else supporting them and giving them access to more data and more insights in order to be able to do their job better. So it's a double-edged sword. Automation can be a very powerful asset and ally for us as salespeople, but it can also start to eat away at some of the tasks that we traditionally associate with being sales professionals.
That could be good though, can't it?
Oh, it could be, absolutely. Yeah. But I think the critical thing is, if it is going to happen, and it's going to happen to the degree that we expect it to, then as sales professionals, we need to get on the front foot. We need to recognize the tasks that we're doing that maybe aren't, adding a huge amount of value or are open to automation, and step away from them now. But we need to replace them with other skills. We really need to start proactively driving new skills.
Well, over the next few interviews, maybe we'll cover the sorts of things some of the salespeople need to do to actually ensure that they have value they're bringing to the table, so that automation is not going to cut them off at the knees.
Exactly. And I think, that leads perfectly into the next area, which is I'm seeing very much a move from generalist to specialist. So we can call that specialization, where customers are almost demanding from their sales reps, I don't want you to come and be a walking, talking brochure anymore. I want you to be able to bring me specific insights to understand my industry, to be able to talk to me about adjacent industries where maybe I could learn some things. So really becoming almost a consultant or advisor, but certainly a specialist, as distinct from the generalist.
No, I use the word domain expert. The fact is, if a salesperson hasn't got some level of expertise and insight in the customer's domain,
exactly,
then why would the customer talk to them?
Well, that's exactly right. I think we're all so time poor these days that it's just not going to give you the access that you need in order to have an impact. And then that leads quite nicely into the next one, which is more around personalization. So we've seen a lot of this broad, shallow communication. We've obviously all received those emails, spam emails, into our inboxes or into our LinkedIn folders saying, "Oh, let me talk to you about this and that," and it's clearly spam. But really, what's happening now is this move to personalization. I don't want broad and shallow. I want deep and personalized. And if you can give me insights about personal things which relate to me, which I care about, which will help me to do my job better, then you've got my attention. Otherwise,
you don't mean personalised as in be my friend. You mean personalised as in creating value for that person.
Correct.
And understanding that person and being able to help them with what they want to achieve.
Exactly. I mean, it's interesting. You definitely aren't saying be my friend, but at some point there will become a personal connection there as well. But we've got to earn the right to have that. And we earn the right to do that by front-ending the value, by being almost teachers in some respect and treating people like customers before they ever become customers.
I think that's a great point. And the other one you mentioned to me earlier was commoditization.
Well, commoditization is really interesting because what's happening is what used to be those high-value sales activities that we did are becoming less and less relevant to customers. And so as they become commoditized, we need to find ways, as I mentioned, to develop new skill sets and new ways to engage. But also, no one wants to be the Kodak. No one wants to have their own job be so disrupted that it disappears. So we've actually got to cannibalize our own skills before someone else does it for us.
I think that's a very good point. So it's not just products being commoditized. It's salespeople and the sales activities we've done done are very commoditised these days unless we thought about it and we learn how to change and create more value for the customer to be, as you say, more personal, more specialised, and work with automation, not against it, to really bring value to the customer.
If we can be automated, we will be automated. So we've absolutely got to get proactive in ensuring that we're not.
I like those 4 points. So automation, specialisation,
commoditisation, and personalisation.
Yep. Okay, they're the 4 points that Kian thinks all of us need to think about this year. It's going to be a challenging year for a lot of people, and unless you adapt and change with those 4 things in mind, maybe we'll be cut off on the knees. You know, the selling profession has a lot to offer. Make sure you're one of those people offering value and not being commoditised. Thanks very much, Kian.
Thanks, John.